This is Bulletproof warm-up session number 15. And to start things off today, we're going to do a side bend progression. So you're going to start by standing up tall with a dumbbell or some other kind of weight in one arm, and then you're going to slowly, under control, lean over to one side and let that weight drop as far down your leg as you can. Now you'll notice that I'm doing this slow and controlled, and I'm slowly seeing how far my hand can reach with the weight down my leg. I'm almost sliding it down my leg. Right? You'll do 10 reps each side of that. Just use a light weight for that. The weight is, the purpose isn't to use the weight for the sake of going heavy, it's just to sort of add more gravity. All right, then we're going to do some overhead carry variations. The first one is a single arm kettlebell overhead carry. You'll do this for 50 meters each arm. So you'll do 50 meters on one arm, then you'll swap arms and do 50 meters on the other arm. Make sure you keep that elbow locked out overhead with the kettlebell. Right, once you've finished that, and I sort out my setup. Okay, you're going to take a band, tie it off to a pole. You're going to put your outside leg through the band, have it just under your knee, hold a dumbbell on the same side as the leg that has the band around it, and you're going to do a reverse lunge. Now you'll notice with this setup that the band is actively pulling my knee in, so this forces us to actively press the knee out, thus trying to reinforce that good knees out position. Now with a lunge, we're not trying to excessively have knees out like we might in a squat. This is simply to create the motor neuron pattern by trying to create the nervous system to build habits of going in that position. Right, so it's called a single arm dumbbell suitcase reverse lunge. So a bit of a mouthful, and you're going to just do 5 reps each side of that. All right. This animal movement that we're going to do is called the flea. So the beginner movement of this is you're going to squat down, and we're purposefully squatting down on our toes. And then when you come up out of the squat, you're going to stand up tall, kick one leg, and try and touch your leg with your hand. Okay, so I squat down, stand up, kick my leg with my opposite hand. So you're just going to do this one forwards. Right. Now, for round 2 of the side bend progression, what you're going to do is be in a seated straddle position, and with the dumbbell overhead, you're going to keep your arms locked out as much as you can, unlike old mate Tom here in the video. Keeping those arms locked out, you're going to bend as much as you can to the side. Now, if you can do the splits, that would be ideal, and then you're just bringing your hands to your toes. But as I cannot do the splits yet, just keep your legs as wide as your flexibility will allow. But keep trying to bend to the side, not on the 45-degree angle. All right, next variation of the overhead carry is a single arm med ball carry. Same distance, 50 meters each arm. However, you'll be holding the med ball this time. Now, the challenge with this is more balance really than anything else. As I go off camera, that's excellent videography there. Gonna hold that overhead, try and keep your elbow locked out, and if it's windy outside, do it outside because it makes it way more fun. All right, you're going to do the banded reverse lunge. Again, it's called an RNT. It's some kind of term that's really sciencey, and if I told you, you probably wouldn't remember. No insult to your intellect. So you'll do 5 reps each side, and you want to do tempo reps, which simply means just do them slow and controlled. All right, so you set the band on the opposite knee, you're doing a reverse lunge, making sure that your knee is pulling against the band, thus reinforcing that good position of your knee. Right, this time when we do the flea, it's going to be the jumping flea. And you'll notice here, what I'm doing is I'm jumping down. Now I squat down, and I'm purposely squatting down into my toes. And then as I jump, I almost do kind of a tuck jump, and I just tap my knees with my hands. Okay, so I'm jumping up into a tuck jump, tap my knees with my hands, and then go straight into the next squat. Okay, now the last round of the side bend progression is a hanging side bend. So just going to a dead hang on a bar, we're going to hang and then raise my legs to one side. So instead of my upper body moving, it's my lower body moving. All right, so it's still working that side oblique muscle, except this time you're moving your legs. Okay, so the last overhead carry variation is one kettlebell overhead and one kettlebell in the front rack. Now this one, you want to go a bit heavier than what you normally would, because by having two kettlebells, one in each arm, it means that the arm that is overhead will be able to carry a bit more weight than what you normally would if you simply had just a one arm overhead carry. So go a bit heavier on that one and challenge yourself there. Okay, once again, you're set up in the banded position with that band just below the knee, holding the dumbbell on the same side as the leg that has the bend around it. Make sure there's a challenging amount of tension. You don't want there to be only enough tension that it's barely even effort. You want the band to be, giving your knee a good run for its money. All right, last variation of the flea. I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to jump, except I'm going to, as I spring up, bring my legs straight and tap my toes. So if you see it coming back this way, I squat down, jump up, tap my toes, straight into the next one, and that's the jumping flea.